All right, so we're back, and I brought a friend. We are going to start out with looking at Skelly, who actually is a real skeleton, but you are a real skeleton, aren't you? So this was taken from a mold that was taken from her actual skeleton, and it's really, really helpful. So you can see here with Skelly, you can see this one head, you can see that it really does come down to the middle of the breastbone. So we talked about those measurements. Skelly's not perfect, so he's only about not quite 7 heads high. So his halfway point is not right here. It's a little bit about right about there. At any rate, so we're going to be starting with the skeleton. We're going to be doing drawings of the skeletons. We'll do that a little bit later. But here over here we have, Skelly, you want to take a look with me? Here we have the homework that we're going to be doing, and we do have that option to draw that skeleton. So we're going to start with those basic shapes. We're going to consider them and look at that as part of the fleshed out version. So when we get back to the mannequin version, if you look back at the other screen here, the mannequin version was the second one after the second simple cylinder shapes. Ooh, say that 10 times fast. And we're going to take that, consider the basic shapes, and put those on top of the skeleton. So yeah, so we're going to take those basic shapes and we're going to put that back on top of the skeleton. Now, what you're going to want to look at as we move forward is here's that mannequin that's going to help us out again with those perfect proportions. Yes, perfect, but you're not. You're close, but you're not exactly perfect. Okay, so in those perfect proportions, it's that 4 heads down to the bottom of the pelvis and then the other 4 heads to the knee. This is really helpful. It kind of gives you that seating pose, the standing pose, and where all that works. What you're going to be getting for your homework, there'll be a lot of other desktop demos and things that are going to help you get there. So let's get back to the image that we're going to be using for your homework. This is an example of one of the images that you might choose to do for your homework. You're going to have a choice, but you're going to need to choose the ones that, from the group that we give you. You can start out with, if you want, you can put that skeleton inside. You can start out with the basic shapes, but we're going to ask you to take this pose apart and visualize it a couple of different ways. And we are going to, if we go back to where we were, we're going to look at the helps. This is in your text, one of your textbooks. This is Steve Houston's work. So again, we got a lot of guides to help you. We're going to take a look at that profile again, looking at that proportion, shape, and direction. Again, you can see, there it is. It really helps. Those simplified shapes make the complicated easier to manage. It doesn't make it simple, it just makes it simpler to draw.